Welcome to the Debbion Newman Project. I'm your host, Debbion, but you could call me Deb.
Oh yes.
Yes. Let's sit down. You ready? Welcome to the Debbion Newman Project. We're sponsored by the Reggae Hub, and we're super happy to have you here with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
When we first spoke, you said that you'd be on your movie set today. How is that going?
It's going real good. I actually had to end my rehearsal so I could take this meeting, but as soon as this ends, I'm heading back into rehearsal.
Ooh, feels special. Tell me, what is the movie about?
Well, I can't give too much detail about it, but it's called Revelation, and it's actually a series.
Okay, nice. That's good enough. We're happy for you. Zbek, where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica, from Clarendon, Jamaica.
Clarendon in the house. I'm from Clarendon.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I am.
So we're both Clarendonians then.
Yes, we are.
Nice.
And if we must say, Clarendon is filled with a lot of talent. Cocotte, who's lived just up the street from me from Clarendon.
We have Tony Rebel Salute.
Rebel, yes.
Everton Blender. Freddie McGregor is originally from Clarendon.
Exactly.
Merciless, and the list goes on. Gage, Zbek.
The list goes on and on. So you've been from Clarendon. Would that be the first place you found out that you actually had the talent to act?
Definitely from high school, because when I was going to high school, my drama teacher saw me. What he did for the final exam, he said everyone in drama class was supposed to do an impersonation of someone in the class, but not say that person's name. But I was the only one who did that, and everyone could identify who that person was at the time. So he said, yo, bring you go JCDC Speech and Drama Festival. And I went and I excelled. I never won a gold medal, but I went to the national final. And from there, I said, okay, I'm going to take it more serious. And I ended up at center stage because Campbell was one of the judges at the time at the festival. And he said to me, don't stop. So when he saw me at center stage in the junior class, he was like, glad you never stop. And he taught me about method acting and a number of other stuff. And I started following people like Gary Oldman, Dustin Hoffman, and started learning more about method acting. And here I am now.
Glenn, as in Titus, he's the one.
Glenn Titus Campbell.
Right.
Yes.
Getting that big notification from Glenn, how did that feel for you at the time?
Well, it was an honor, and I'm still humbled by it because he's still hot, but at the time you had like Lime Tree Lane and a bunch of other stuff. So Glenn Titus Campbell was the actor to be associated with. So to have a face-to-face conversation with him, and he also recommended me for a commercial. So to have that person in your background saying, go, and rooting for you, that was like an honor for me. And I really appreciate what he did.
You mentioned method acting. I've been hearing that, not to say I've been hearing that a lot because I studied theater myself. But for those who don't understand, what is method acting?
Well, method acting is basically your natural reaction to anything, really. It's about naturalism and realism, internalization and characterization.
That is why when we see you in these music videos and other things, we look at you and we say, oh, I'm so serious. Oh, how did he get himself to that place? Because who we see on screen and who I'm looking at now is two different set of people. Like, look at you, you're so light, you look jovial. But when you're acting, we will never
Sorry, I'm sweating because it's hot.
That's fine. We'll never be able to tell that you're such a light, jovial person.
Thank you. Well, what I learned at center stage is a process called PIMS, PIMPS, the physical, the intellectual, the moral, and the psychological, and the social of the character. So once you break that down, you get the physical of the character. How does this person walk, talk, and the intellectual, their education, and stuff like that. So the script is basically the skeleton of the character, but the pimps is the flesh you add to it. So when you see Zbek, you just see this tall, slender guy. That's what you're used to. But when you see me on set, it's like, oh, his mannerism and his overall behavior is different because I now have the traits of this character. And that's why I call myself a hacker and not an actor, because a hacker hacks into whatever and manipulate it. So when I get the script and I flesh it out, I hack into this fictional character and make it non-fictional by giving it life. So that's why you see this whole different level of characterization. I walk different, I talk different. You're like, that's not the Zbek I'm used to. No, because I've become, I am now. Because I don't play the character. If you play the character, you're acting. But if you become and you are the character, you're playing specific. You're not being ambiguous.
But after walking away from a set, how do you bring yourself back to who you are? Do you find it difficult at times, depending on who you're playing?
Well, it used to be difficult for me because when I just started out, I never had methods of how to get rid of a character or to detox myself of a particular character. But now what I do, I like take a week or a weekend away and I find a place where it's just peace and tranquility, and I bury that character just to detox myself and cleanse myself of everything I've become because of that character. Otherwise, I would lose myself and you just see this character walking around all the time. So just to not stay in character, I always just get away from everybody and everything and just detox.
I know you're still on your journey and there's lots more roles for you to take on. But what is the most difficult role you have played so far?
Okay, recently with the same director, Association Nixon, I did a movie called Unconditionally. Because of what's going on with females, violence against women and stuff like that, there was this scene where we had an argument and it turned out into a fight. No, that was very painful for me because when I cried, it wasn't tears like acting tears. It was like very painful because I have a sister, I have sisters, I have a mother, I have friends who are female. So to know that these people are being attacked and this is what I'm doing in a movie, it's like, whoa, am I adding to what's going on or am I highlighting that we can fix what's going on? So that was really a challenge for me because when I was crying, I was in the closet for a while and the director came around and she said, okay, close the door, nobody talks to Zbek because he's in his zone. I was really torn in that scene. And that movie is coming out real soon, but it's also showing real love, like how a man can really love and care for a woman despite of her not so good deeds and how much she hurts him. So I'm showing that you have good men out there who really love and care for their women, not just their women, but like females in general.
So with you being in the closet, was this a part of the scene or this is you away from the scene now?
This was me away from the scene because like I said, it had a toll on me. This was like personal now. I was crying nonstop and the director saw that and she was like, okay, give Zbek a moment. He needs to be by himself. I was really, really, really torn. My eyes were red. I was sweating. My shirt was soaked. I lost it. I lost it for a moment because violence against women, it's something that we really need to look at and bring attention to and take action against. And don't
because
wait until
it has become
home.
So much lately.
Yeah. So not because it happened to somebody who you don't know, it's happening. So you never know when it can happen to somebody close to you. Right. So I have to bring attention to this right now. And this is my way of bringing attention to it.
And you said this movie is coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, very, 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 very soon. It's already edited. We're just waiting on some release dates and stuff like that.
All right. Speaking of roles, tell us some of the work that you've done so far.
Okay, some of the most popular ones I've done really with Vibes Cartel as a music video. Currently, there's a movie I did called Flight. It's about this young man who has dreams and aspirations to see his dead mother again. So he built a spaceship so he can go to space, which is the closest thing to heaven, so he can see his mother again. That's on HBO Zone. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Hulu. It was one of the
Really?
top selections for the HBO, for the American Black Film Festival in 2019. I've done Savannah, a TV series. Oh my God. One
Let's
time I could just say
and no,
everything.
because you've done so
Word
much, it
keeps
just
coming.
keeps. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So,
let's talk about Stasis.
oh yeah.
Yeah, Stasis. How
All
did
right.
that come about?
All right. So Stasis now, the director for that, Debbion Gale, I worked with him on a music video called Siren. So before that, I used to call him a lot and say, hey,
Oh
we can
God,
act, give me
Siren.
a girl. Yes, Esca Levi. And he was like, when we get a role, me call you. So when I did that, he was like, yo, you're acting different. It's not like the regular acting I'm used to in music videos and stuff like that. And he was a big fan of Gary Oldman at the time. So I said, yo, you act like Gary Oldman, but you look like Samuel Jackson and have a Denzel Washington swag. So he said, all right, here want me. See, as of now, when I put in, and a matter of fact, I don't even want to put in a music video. I start shoot some movie type of music video and you are gonna start. So that's when he called me for the Vibes Cartel Reload. And when I did that, he was like, yo, you make my movie look different because it come with a different type of acting. So then he called me for Stay So. And when I did Stay So, he looked at me even more different now because I say, yo, really don't want to put in a normal music video because of Hollywood, you for the your type of acting, like Jamaicans not ready feet. I need to put it on an international level. So that's how I ended up doing Stay So, because he wanted to tell a story of a young man who he wasn't a bad person, but he wanted to have a group who he could blend in with. And he just happened to see some guy who he thought were good people. He went on a mission, something went wrong, and he just get praised for that. And he took that praise and like he's all of a sudden a done. But he had a moment of what you'd call it now. Like he tried to find his true purpose. So he started going to church. That's when it talks them now like, yo, he might get soft. But the reason for him going to church wasn't necessarily because his girlfriend suggested he did. It was because his mother was dying, and that was her wish for him to turn his life around. So when he turned his life around, now that's when everything turned down on him because it's karma. So not because you were doing bad and then you're all of a sudden doing good, it means that everything is going to be good for you going through. No, you have already done bad, so the bad will come back to you even though you did good. So that's even a lesson in life. Be careful of what you do.
Right.
Because karma is you know what they say.
Yeah, for sure. When I look at you and how you act, you remind me of one specific person. I mean, you can do so much, but for me, I see, oh God, why can I remember his name right now? I'm gonna call him Capone. Third World Cup. Why I can't remember his name?
Oh, you're talking about Paul Campbell.
Paul Campbell. I almost said Glenn Campbell, but I'm saying no, that's not it. Paul Campbell. That's why I said Capone. Every time I see you, you remind me of him. Have you gotten that correlation before?
No, I've never met him in person. I've never had a dialogue with him, no, nothing. But I know that he's really good, and he's, if not one of the best method actor out of Jamaica. He's really, 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 really good at what he does. So I really look up to him.
In the case of there being a remake
Pardon my background, because like I said, I'm on set, so it's going to be
I'm perfectly fine because I'm hearing you very well. In the case of a remake of Third World Cup, and they said, the director said, let's get Zbek to play Capone. what would that be like for you? Do you believe that that's a thing that you could actually carry?
Um, Definitely, and it would be like an honor for me too, because what Paul Campbell did, I don't think it could be bodied by anybody else. So that would be a challenge for me, and it's a challenge that I would be willing to take up. So of course I would do it. And
Mhm.
because when Third World Cup was done, it was done with technologies that weren't so good as how technology is
Is
now. So
no.
it would give it a different look, a different vibe, a different a more cinematic type of vibe. So of
Mhm.
course, definitely I would take on that.
All right. I would be happy to see you playing Capone in this remake, should it happen.
Yeah.
Zbek, I see something in you. You're always ready to work. Last year we were doing a project with Beanie Man,
Mhm.
and we reached out to you, the Reggae Hub. My husband said to me, the perfect person to use to come up with a skit to promote this event would be Zbek. What you think? I said, you don't have to ask more. I think Zbek is the person. When we reached out to you without hesitation, you was like, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your readiness to work.
All right. So I'm very passionate about acting. Acting is my heart and soul, it's my life. So if I'm not doing it, I don't have a livelihood. So I'm always out there in the street, a network to get work. Once the net is working, once it's um sorry. I'm sorry, sorry, I'm distracted by. But yeah, I'm very passionate about acting and I really love it. And one thing I love to do is entertain. I love when people are pleased. I love to impress and I love to impact. So when I go on set, I always try to impress a director and the whole production crew so I can get a call back. And I always try to impress the audience so they can fall in love with me. Because my thing is, do you want to be loved or do you want to create an impact? Both. But if you don't create an impact, how are you going to be loved?
Right.
And proclivity is my word because it means like just keep up what you do. Because also if you keep up what you do, you stay at your craft, the right people will find you. So when they presented that to me, I was like, yeah, I like this, but I want to give it a twist. I don't just want to
Yes.
just say what I have written here. I want to add a story to it. So that's why I said, okay, can you allow me to create something for this instead of doing what you presented to me? So when I sent the idea back to Reggae Hub, and they're like, we've never seen this type of
Even
ad
better.
before. So okay,
Right.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. So when I sent it back to them, they were like, yo, we're definitely going to call you again because this is different. And I call up a group of people that I know, some actors from the industry that I'm cool with, and I said, yo, this is what I'm going to do. This is the person I'm doing it for. These are the people I'm doing it for. So what do you say? They said, of course, definitely. So I was pleased to know that I tried something that was different, and
Mhm.
you guys loved it.
Right, we sure did. In the future, do you see yourself writing and directing if you haven't done so before?
I wrote something recently called Fourth Party. It talks about relationship and how people can be very unfaithful. It's currently on my Instagram page. It's also on my YouTube channel. It's very short, about 4 minutes. So definitely, yes, I want to write more, but I want to do more featured film instead of the short ones. But I have to start somewhere, so I'm doing shorts for now. I'm also into poetry. I love poetry. Of course, I want to direct because now I'm getting used to my camera. I'm getting used to softwares on my computer and how to edit and stuff like that. But for now, I just want to focus on acting because that's my main area. I
Mhm.
love to characterize. I love to tell a story. I love when people are like, yo, I'm afraid of that man. They are, oh my God. Are those real tears? Can he cry on cue? Or he took a break, cry, and come back because that's film. He can do anything, create any magic. But that's what I love, the beauty of creating, the beauty of telling a story, the beauty of bringing somebody's story to life without even knowing that person. Because a lot of people saw real youth
Mhm.
and said, yo, I was going through a point in my life when the expression you had on your face, that's the same expression I had when I saw everybody around me. Like, you're not real, you a sellout, oh, you good, this and that. Even with Stay So. This one guy saw me in the street and he said, you know, say, me and my woman, they are bad man and bad woman. And I decided to me I go to church and she stopped talk to me. But it worked out where she ended up start go church with me now. So your story kind of influenced my life. And it made me feel good to be like, yo, I don't know this man from nowhere. And I told a story that someone could relate to. So I'm wondering like how many other people my roles have inspired to change
Impacted.
their lives or anything like that. And even actors come up to me and, yo, you're so good at what you do. You make acting seem easy. I mean, acting isn't easy. It's easy once you understand what you're doing. But I that motivates me and keep pushing me to go forward when I see that my work can inspire others. So right now, um, I aspire to inspire.
Mhm. So, Zbek,
Yes.
we have been wondering, where did you get that name Zbek from, and what does it mean?
Okay, Zbek is an acronym. Zealously be embracing knowledge. So it came a point in my life when I started reading about Malcolm X, and he was Malcolm Little at first, and he said the X is for the unknown information about his ancestors from Africa, the specific tribe, their languages, and everything. So for me, Zbek is my conscious name. Until I'm aware of that information also about my ancestors, Zbek is my conscious name. That's why I prefer to be called Zbek. And I read a lot. So and I don't feel like once you read something and you got some information about it, that should be it. No, you should never limit your education. Don't limit information. Every information is vital. So you should
Right.
even always protect yourself with knowledge. And if you're going to protect yourself with knowledge, you have to read. And if you don't read, how are you going to get information and understand and interpret and can even share that information with others? So I'm always zealous, I have a big zeal when it comes on to anything that's better for my life and everyone
Mm-hmm.
around me.
Mm-hmm.
Zbek.
Talented Zbek in so many different ways, writing, acting,
Thank you.
etc. There is a little boy, a little girl out there right now who's thinking, yeah, I can act and I love act in front of the mirror and do all these things by myself when no one is around, but I'm super shy. How do I break away from this shyness? What would you
Well,
say to that kid?
first you need to go in front of the mirror and practice your expressions because that's what I'm not saying it works for everyone, but that was what worked for me. I stood in front of the mirror and I kept telling myself, you're gonna be famous, you're gonna be rich, you're gonna be the biggest thing boy, yeah. Everybody are gonna call you and whatever. I would also encourage them to be all up in people's DM. Don't be afraid to say, hey, my name is so and so, I want work. Because perfect example, Damien Gale, the director who directed the Seen It Before, the Real Youth, and others, I was like a pest in this man's life. I would call him at least twice a week. Brother, remember me the link here, you know, nothing. Yo, I said, me not work, brother, but me get back to you. Just give me a chance. I have credit for my phone to make me call you back. I kept
Yes.
calling, texting. So the day he finally worked with me, him himself came to me and apologized and said, brother, you can't really blame me, because I never seen no work what you do. But what you do today, show me so you really can act. So as of today, you are my actor. So don't be afraid to bother people. Don't be afraid to be a pest. Don't be afraid to remind an actor or a director or anybody who is in the industry to say, hey, remember I contacted you some time ago for this and that. Show up on set. If you are asked about your business and you see a production going on, stop, look, take out your phone, record that, go back home, watch it and see how those actors acted. Try to talk to somebody and say, if it's even the guy who carries the water, hey, you know how I can get an audition for something else that you guys are doing, or who is responsible for this? Get names. You need to know who is associated with who. And don't look at somebody like, oh, it's just one person and say, them don't know nobody. You never know who and who can recommend you to whosoever. Be brave, be bold, and be active. Just get out
Right.
there. Don't stop. Like I said, the right person will find you. Just keep at your craft.
No shame is in this game if you
No
know
shame.
exactly where you want to go. I can
Exactly.
definitely relate to what you're saying. I first got my break in television when I was going
Mhm.
to MTI, Media Technology Institute on Arnold Road. And
Yeah.
my friend and I, we met Clyde Mackenzie, who was doing
Mhm.
Fluid Choice at the time. And
Yeah, I know. I
every
remember Fluid Choice.
Friday, yes, every Friday we in the studio at Arnold Road. We ain't working. Nobody has told us to come, but I mean, every Friday, Zbek, we were there because we were passionate about this specific thing. We wanted
Yes.
it. So we made sure we showed up and we showed up on time until boops. Before you know it, we were on television ourselves doing what
Wow.
we love. So when I speak to other people who can give me stories like this, like, be enough, there's no shame in your game, show up.
Yeah, and
Even if
show
you're
off.
ringing off the person's phone and they're not answering,
Mhm.
keep going. Don't just knock at one door. There's several other doors you can knock on.
Yeah, people are always going to remember you because even if you're not good, you're going to say, "There's that no talent, persistent person."
Mm-hmm.
So just be persistent because people will get annoyed by you so much. They're like, "All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, cool. So something you have to do." And then that's your moment to shine. So don't stop. Practice. Watch movies, read about actors, practice in the mirror, find mirror time, work on your intonation, how to inflect, how to deflect,
Right.
um, work on your body language, everything, because you never know when the moment is coming. So just
Mm-hmm.
prepare and stay ready. So when the moment comes, you are already ready. You don't have to prepare for it.
What about the person who second guess themselves and say, "Well, I've never gotten training from going to any of these schools. Maybe no one is going to pay me any attention because this is just my raw talent." What do you say to people like those?
Well, it's kind of like the same thing with me, because even though I had training, I never had any work. So that could pass for no training.
Mm-hmm.
So when you reach out, just let them know. Just they say you have to fake it to make it. Trust me, if it's even to lie to say I can act, that's not a lie that's going to get you in trouble. You get the job, go on set and do what you have to do. Just say I can
Right.
act. Yeah, but I have experience, but I don't have anything recorded. Use that.
Yes.
Use that. You have to find a way to break in.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find a way, and don't worry about. People used to say to me, "Oh, you're too tall. You're not gonna make it all out. You're not handsome. You know, see it." And those people are the same one posting my work and like, "Yo, so we have some work and what?" I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, people used
I
to tell me
think
acting is far fetched.
I think too many times we pay attention to what others have to say instead of how we feel.
Yeah.
Did that ever hurt you to a point where you feel like stop working? People telling you you're too tall, you're too this, you can't do it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped from telling people that I'm going to an audition. Acting is what I want to do full time. I just let my work and my action speak for me. So no, those are the same people who said acting is far-fetched, are the same people sharing my work, calling for work and stuff like that. Sometimes it's best not to share your dreams with anybody because it's your dream. You're the one who's
Wow.
in it. In it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just do what you're doing and people will see your work and like, yo, I never know you do this, I never know you do that. Just emerge,
Mm-hmm.
work and emerge.
Work and emerge. What is
Yes.
next for Zbek?
Like I said, I'm currently on the set of Revelation series. I have Unconditionally coming out. I have I have some projects I can't speak on because there are some international projects and because of contractual obligations, I
Right.
really can't say. But I really have a lot of work coming out, and also I'm working with directors who believe in me, who are actually changing how people view me from a music video actor and a gangster actor to showing people that I'm actually an actor and not a music video actor or a badman actor. So you're going
Mm-hmm.
to see a different side of Zbek. You're going to see a lot of smiling. You're going to see love. You're going to see the soft. You're going to see the doctor. You're going to see the lawyer. You're going to see the lover boy. You're going to see all of that. So look
Mm-hmm.
out for those. And like I said, I can't speak on a lot of things.
Right. You have to
But
keep
these,
some surprises
yeah.
for us.
And the thing
Um,
is, You see, sometimes when you carry people along the journey with you, it's not a surprise when the surprise drops because they were on the journey with you. They see everything like, so when it drops, it's like, oh, I saw that coming. But when you just
Right.
go ghost and you drop something, it's like,
Element of surprise.
yes. So just don't be afraid to be a minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to go ghost. Don't be afraid to be absent. Don't be afraid to be missed. Work on you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like, oh, I always want to be in the spotlight. I have to be the man. No, be a minimalist. Be
Mm-hmm.
absent, be missed. So when you come back around, you come back good, and make sure that when you put in work, your work leaves an impact. So even if you do 20 different jobs, even if you do one job per se, people will always remember you for that one good job instead of the 10 crappy ones.
Right.
So just make sure you put your all in every work that you do. Because sometimes, you may do a work and it's not the director who calls you back. It's probably somebody who was on set or somebody who saw your work somewhere. So it's the work that you do is not for you, nor really the person that you're working for. It's the audience. It's somebody who you don't see. Because it's not who you see, it's who sees you.
Right.
Yeah. And the next thing, make sure you always, I'm always before time. I'm never late and I'm never early. I'm always too early. The do's and don'ts for me is don't be late and do get paid.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Do's and don'ts for me, don't be late and do get paid.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. I read a lot. Read, protect yourself with knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
So Zbek, for your audience, I want you to tell us something about yourself that you believe no one knows as yet.
Okay, a lot of people don't know that I'm a phlebotomist and I'm also a massage therapist.
Hold on, phlebotomist.
Yeah,
You pull
deal with
blood.
body specimen. Yeah.
Oh,
Draw
wow.
blood and all of that. Centrifuge blood, separate the serum from the plasma and the buffy coat and all of that.
But
Yeah,
how do you find that balance though between being a massage therapist, a phlebotomist, and also an actor?
Well, because it's full time now, I no longer, excuse me, sir. That's Mark Anthony, the one who's causing a problem. Yes, I no longer do those jobs because I'm acting full time, so acting takes up a lot of my time. So because I'm from script to script, and I love when I have quiet time and alone time, so I can read and focus and characterize and do my character sketch. So those other jobs would have been like a distraction, too much time consuming. So acting is what I do full time.
Okay. I think we've said it all. The movie Flight, you say it's on
HBO Zone, it's
on
on Amazon Prime,
Amazon.
and it's on Hulu.
I am going to be watching it tonight.
Please do.
Popcorn and all these things, me and my husband.
Yes.
Is it children, is it kids friendly?
Yes, it's G.
Okay,
Rated
so
G.
the entire family will be watching Flight tonight.
Please.
And everything else that you have coming out, we'll definitely be looking out for those things as well.
And I'll
And
definitely
keep up
send
the
you
good
stuff.
work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate this moment.
No problem. I mean, Zbek, we said we're gonna call you. We didn't say that. We said, Zbek, we're gonna call you when we have anything doing. Any projects, we're going to call you. That's because we see you and we respect your talent, and you're super easy to work with. And not just that, something is going to be presented to you and you're going to put the icing on the top. Respectfully, you're going to be like, I like it, but can I, And that is what we're looking for. Not because we present it, it doesn't mean that's the end all and be all. We're looking for that icing on the top from the talent. So keep going. We're here watching and we're here supporting.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.
And you
no
have
problem.
a better day.
Thank you, Zbek. Have fun on your set.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
All right, one love. Now that you guys have watched another conversation from the Debbion Newman project, it's time for you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Catch you on the next episode.